Hey guys, it's cauchi94 bringing you my first review about the Eagle Eye adapter. In this review, I'll be showing you some gameplay footage. I'll talk about the setting up of the Eagle Eye, the difference between playing with a keyboard and mouse on the PC and the PS3, the pros and cons of buying the Eagle Eye, and finally, is it really worth it? Before I purchased the Eagle Eye, I saw a lot of reviews in order to collect the information I wanted. Frustrating as it is, the reviews mostly contradicted each other. So today I'm gonna try and answer all your questions and fill in all the gaps from other reviews. Now let me show you how I set up the Eagle Eye at home. This is my gaming corner. At the moment I'm using a Razer Diamondback as my mouse and the Razer Mantis as my mouse mat. You might not recognize it because I trimmed it a little bit, so it can on my desk. Now there was some controversy whether wireless keyboards work. I'm using a Logitech S520, which means yes, wireless keyboards do work. It is highly stated that playing with a keyboard and mouse is better than playing with an analog on the PS3 or Xbox, and that is true. I bought this adapter about 2 weeks ago, and I myself was a PC gamer for 7 years. I mostly played FPS games, but I sometimes played a little bit of World of Warcraft. I admit I was quite good at them. After I stopped playing on PC, I never thought of going back to FPS games, but a few weeks ago a friend of mine really got me into the idea of playing with a joystick, and that didn't really go so well. So the whole time I was going like, why aren't I killing these guys? If I had a keyboard and mouse I'd be owning them, they're really bad. So it came to me, let me go find an adapter which allows me to play with a keyboard and mouse. Then I came to the Eagle Eye, and I got hooked immediately. I ordered headphones, I ordered Modern Warfare 3, I got mad. I really wanted to play again. And the Eagle Eye is a simulation of the computer. When finally everything arrived, I went to Modern Warfare 3, but I had never played these games before. The last Call of Duty I played was Modern Warfare 1. Luckily, the skill of my mouse and keyboard was superior than the knowledge of the game. It's just like riding a bike. Once you get back on it, after a while, you start smashing your mouse and keyboard and you start topping leaderboards. Okay, it's time for what you've been waiting for, some gameplay footage. The first 30 seconds are just going to be me scouting the whole map, to show you how the movement with the keyboard is, and then I'll show you some killing sprees so you can see the mouse accuracy and skill you can expect. At the moment I'm playing with a sensitivity of 4, which is named high on Modern Warfare 3, but you can adjust this as you wish. I recommend for sniper players you should go higher, like 6 or 8, because doing quick shots, trick shots or no scopes are really hard with low sensitivity. Let me show you a short video of how I set up the Eagle Eye. It will take you about 50 minutes. If you insert an FPS game or the one you desire, like Modern Warfare 3, it will be much faster. Because when you start binding keys, you start to forget which key does what. For example, the triangle changes your weapon, or the R1 shoots, the L1 aims. So if you have the button layout in front of you, you can keybind really quickly. The keys I use are an example of a classic PC gamer. I use scroll to change weapons, etc. Now once you've done, you can just choose to which key map you want to set your controls to. The Eagle Eye allows you to use 2 key maps, which means you can have 2 sets of keybinds. This is mostly aimed for people who like to play different FPS games like Killzone or Modern Warfare 3. You can also do it for FIFA, but other than the accuracy of shots, you won't really see a difference in skill moves, etc. The analog is pretty much better for FIFA. Now let me start off with the pros and cons. I'll tell you the pros and then I'll go for the cons. For a game like Modern Warfare 3, the mouse is really beneficial. Since Modern Warfare 3 has ridiculous spawn points, you have to keep your eyes behind your back all the time. With the mouse, you can turn a 360 in less than a sec. The accuracy is really good, similar to the PC but not the same. It's much better than playing with analog for sure. For example, if you aim to the top right corner with analog, you just have to drag it to the top right corner. With a mouse, you can actually go there in a second. Also, some movements are actually easier with the keyboard and mouse since the coordination is much more accurate, like jump shots, crouching, sprinting. Also, I noticed a difference in handgun shot speed. On the PC, you can basically smash your left click to shoot the pistol a lot faster. With an analog, you have to stay spamming R1, which isn't that really comfortable. And the best pro is you have the skill on the computer, or even better. Without any doubt, you'll top leaderboards. My normal ratio is 1.8 to 1 death, or 2.5 kills is the one that the difference is between the map and how much campers are on the server. Now the cons. These are the things you don't find in other reviews. Now, I think the most important con is the toggle aim down the sight. If you never actually came across this, it's optional on the computer whether you want to hold the button or click it once to aim. On the PS3 it isn't optional, you have to keep holding it as you're holding the R1 since you're simulating an analog. Now, for the Modern Warfare 3, there's a special button layout requested by a guy who plays with his chin and face named Nomad. In that button layout there is a toggle aim down the sight, but it's up to you if you want to use it or not. I opted not to use it because in other games you're not going to have that option, so I wanted to learn how to keep holding the aim down. In the first few maps you'll feel really strange, but then you'll get used to it really quickly. Another really pissing off con is that you have to keep your joystick near you, because if you want to send a text message to someone you have to use your joystick. If you want to try using your keyboard it's really ridiculous. You have to basically press the X keybind on every letter and a lot of different other keybinds which you chose. You can't just type it in because remember you're simulating a joystick, so it's really weird. The final con is about the sensitivity. The accuracy isn't exactly the same as the PC, but when you aim down the sight the sensitivity drops a lot. Like if your crosshair is pretty normal, then when you go to aim your sensitivity goes down drastically, so you kind of have to find a middle where the crosshair isn't too fast and the sensitivity isn't too slow when you're aiming. So that's a bit weird too. I mean, you get used to it too. Now, to conclude this interview, I'm gonna tell you whether the adapter is worth it. In my opinion, yes, it is worth it. I bought it for 40 euros, that's 32 pounds and $51. So the experience I had with the Eagle adapter, I would buy it again if I had to. I would rate it a 4 out of 5 because of the toggle aim down the side. Is a really big difference. Maybe they'll fix it in the Eagle Eye 4.0. At the moment there's a 3.0 but exactly the same as 2.0, so if you find the 2.0 at a lesser price, I would recommend you buy it. Thank you for watching, and if you have any other questions, don't mind leaving a comment. I'll try and respond as quickly as possible. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to watch my upcoming reviews and montages, please subscribe.